school, there is someone that's Okay, good morning. It worked. Lovely. Welcome, everyone, to your first day at Aberdeen University. Big welcome from AUSA. I'd also like to welcome our students on the campus in Doha, in Qatar, and we have a welcome from them to you. What you want to press?
Hello and greetings from all of us here at the University of Aberdeen campus in Qatar. We'd like to say hi to the new students at the University of Aberdeen campus in Aberdeen, and you're welcome to join us whenever you please. We'll be more than happy to see you.
Okay, so to open the event today, I would like to invite up onto the stage Professor Peter McGeorge, who is the Vice Principal of Education.
I'm glad you all clapped before I start because it's probably a disappointment later on. Good morning. So, as Margaret said, I'm Peter McGeorge and I'm the Vice Principal for Education here at the University of Aberdeen. And it's my very great pleasure to welcome you all here to what I hope will be the start of a wonderful experience and a lifetime association with the university. Like Margaret, I'd like to say a particular welcome to our students and staff joining us by the wonders of technology from our campus in Qatar. And you've seen a welcome from them. It might be quite nice, given the fact this is being live streamed, if you'd like to say welcome and hello to them. This is called audience participation, by the way. So on the count of three, all you've got to say, hello, everybody in Doha. Do you think we can manage that? On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Hello! Okay, we'll work on it. But, okay, the principal, Professor George Boyne, is unable to be with us in person this morning, but again, through the wonders of technology, which I'm about to discover I'm not quite sure how to operate, he has recorded a short welcome. So my task at the moment is to press a button, indicate what am I supposed to do.
Good morning, I'm George Boyne, I'm Principal of the University of Aberdeen, and it's a special pleasure for me to be able to welcome you here today and to congratulate you on your academic achievements to date and for choosing to study with us. We have a very close relationship with our students at the University of Aberdeen, and we've recently signed a student partnership agreement that symbolises our commitment to working closely with you to ensure that you get the very best student experience. And not only that, but you enjoy everything about your time at the university, the academic side, the social side, the sporting side, and so on. I also want to tell you that I share a couple of things in common with you that you may not be aware of. In the first place, I'm new as well. I've been in post for just a few weeks, and so like you, I'm new to the university, excited about everything it can offer, but also very keen to ensure that we provide the very best educational experience to our students. As I've mentioned, we have the partnership agreement in place. We also have a variety of ways for you to participate in the life of the university and to ensure that we, the staff, are providing to you the education and the facilities that you deserve. You'll find lots of different ways to ensure that we hear your voices, and that's happening. If at any time you find that the response is not as close to your wishes as you had expected or you would like, please feel free to email me at the address which is shown on the screen. I'm very keen to hear from you, of course, about all the good things that you experience here, but also about anything that we could alter a bit just to make sure that it fits your preferences. The second thing about me which you may not know is that I too was a student here many years ago now, but I understand how exciting it is to be here on the first day and to be also a little bit concerned about what it will all mean. But I'm sure you'll quickly make lots of new friends and that you'll understand what we have to offer here. And most of all, you'll find that the University of Aberdeen offers you a life-changing experience. All of these opportunities that we provide to you will open up avenues for your future life, which will make a huge difference to you and your families and the world around you. So please take advantage of all of the opportunities that we have to offer, and I look forward to tracking your progress in the months and years ahead. Thank you.
Just to be clear, he can't hear that, it's a video. Okay, right. Move. I assume that's worked. Good. Okay, I'm conscious that much of what you hear this week, you're likely going to forget. There is just so much information that we give you in this week that it's hard to keep track of all of it. But don't worry, you'll find you can always ask someone, and we also have a habit of repeating things just in case, as you're about to discover, based on what I'm going to say and what Professor Boyne just said, just in case you missed it. But anyway, given all that information, I'll try and be as brief as possible. Starting university is a big step. Even I can remember that far back. Just don't say anything. For many of you, it's going to be the first time that you've lived away from home. You'll be meeting new people, you'll be making new friends. There will be lots of things to find out and to remember, and that's even before you get to the part about studying. It can be both an exciting and a daunting time. It is certainly a time that's going to be full of opportunities. Opportunities that you can make the most of. Well, if you remember nothing else out of the deluge of information that you get in Freshers Week, I want you to remember just a few key points. First, you are now very much part of something, and it's an important something. Never think you are on your own in this. People often talk about going to university or studying at university. Well, that's all good in terms of shorthand, but I want you to understand what you're embarking on in a different way. The university may have a physical location, be it Aberdeen or Doha, but the university is not about location. You are not going to a place like you go to the supermarket, or at a place like you might be at the gym, for those of you who are significantly more active than I am. You are joining the University of Aberdeen. And that's a different thing. The university is not a location, it's a community, formed by and kept vibrant by its students and staff working together. We are all in this together. And you are now part of that community, a family if you like. It's existed for over 500 years and it has members all over the world. And that community, that students and staff, is there to support each other. And you'll find it's keen to do so. Never feel you are going to be on your own. There will always be someone there for you. You just need to ask. There will be people who ask you things. That's what being part of a community is about. You are now an important part of the University of Aberdeen community. Second thing I want you to remember, and not to forget, is you earned your place here. I want you to remember that joining this university is not easy. To get here, you have all worked incredibly hard and clearly demonstrated that you have the ability to succeed. We wouldn't be doing our job taking in a student who we didn't think had the ability to benefit from studying here and to go on and be successful in their studies. So when you are perhaps struggling a bit with that tricky assignment, or just a bit unsure, and we all go through that of, was this for me? Is this real? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the same things as everybody else? I want you to remember that you earned your place here. We have had a lot of experience in selecting students for this university, and we have confidence in you, even if occasionally you may have a little less confidence in yourself. What I want you to remember is, if you're not already, you should be proud of yourselves. Okay? That's a good place to start. Third thing I want to flag up is, and this is kind of goes without saying, is we're all unique. Any community where everyone was identical would be a very dull and uninteresting place to be. Trust me, this is not a dull and uninteresting place. That diversity brings huge benefits. And one of the key roles of a university is to bring people together. By doing that, we all get to learn from each other and we all get that little bit stronger. We may share many characteristics, but at the end of the day, we share a lot of characteristics, but we are also different. The university is a fantastic and diverse community. We like to celebrate our diversity and we respect the differences between people. Those differences provide a marvellous opportunity to learn new things, to see things from alternative viewpoints. It's what makes the graduates from this university global citizens. So again, take the opportunities. Get to know people who aren't necessarily the same as you, that are different. There is a lot to learn from those conversations and those interactions. Finally, I want to return back to that theme of community and family. We accomplish so much more when we work together. That's how we realise the benefits that community brings. But that also brings with it expectations. Expectations that you may have of us, and expectations that we will have of you. Community brings with it expectations. One of those expectations is that we are all prepared to play our part in trying to make this community the best that it can possibly be. You can always improve things. That just goes without saying. Things change, you can always make things better. Working together, we can do that, but that involves both the staff and students all playing our parts. It's not the responsibility only of the staff, and it's not the responsibility only of students to make that happen. It has to be a partnership where everybody plays a role. I am certain that the desire to make things even better is what drives the work of the Sabbatical Officers, who you'll hear through in a moment. I'm certain it drives the students who volunteer for the roles of student representatives or student conveners, school conveners, or take on roles in clubs and societies or become peer mentors. And there are many, many other examples. Professor Boyne indicated that there are lots of opportunities to get involved. Being part of a community means getting involved, even if it's in little ways, but getting involved. And so, being here, that desire should drive each and every one of us to make our community better. Many important enhancements have been brought about, for example, by our partnership with AUSA. And I know Donna, who's Education Officer, will mention some of those. So I'm not going to steal her thunder, or I really will be in trouble. And I'm sure that Lawson and Lena and Harry and Neve will perhaps do similar. As Professor Boyne mentioned, to celebrate that kind of strong partnership we have and make it more visible, we've created our first ever partnership agreement. This is a jointly developed agreement that sets out how we work together and identifies some of the kind of priorities, some of the goals that we want to achieve over the next 2 years. Things which hopefully are going to make your life and your experience here even better than it will be now. Now, the Principal and Lawson have already signed that on your behalf. In my original formulation, this is where that would happen, but no, that's already happened, so scratch that bit. So, just to kind of really conclude, and just before I hand back to Margaret, I want to wish you all a great Freshers' Week. I want to wish you a wonderful and exciting time over the next few years, and the warmest welcome possible, particularly given the fact that the temperatures have dropped 10 degrees since yesterday, to the community that is the University of Aberdeen. The final thing I think you need to remember is you need to enjoy yourselves. University should be fun. Yes, it will be hard work. Yes, there will be times when you are thinking, what on earth am I doing? What does this assessment, why am I doing this exam? But at the end of the day, when you look at it in its totality, it's got to be fun. And I'm sure if you engage with what is On offer here, you will find exactly that you will have a fun, life-changing experience. Final point, remember it was the principal's office at aberdeen.ac.uk, not my email address. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, so you can see all the banners and you've heard us referring to AUSA. So what I really want to do is ensure that you know what AUSA is. AUSA is your student association. For some of you, you might have known it or heard of it being referred to as your student union in some of the other universities. So here it is definitely the student association. And what's really important about the association is, one, it's an independent or separate organisation from the university, but works very, very closely with the university, and it is student-led. So it is really important that you engage with us and with your sabbatical officers, because they have been elected by you, the student body. You will be involved in the next set of elections to represent you, to talk for you, to be your voice in terms of taking things forward, either through AUSA itself or through the university, where that is important. You are all members of AUSA. As soon as you become a member of the University of Aberdeen, you become a member of AUSA. We are a registered charity, and so lots of our activities are governed by that particular association. We're based on the ground floor of the Union Building at Elphinston Road. Hopefully some of you, if not all of you, have already found us, but just in case you haven't, that's the building you're looking for. Please do come along. That's where you will find the Union Brew, which is your cafe and bar. It's where you will find the offices for the sabbatical officers. It's where your social space is. It's where the social groups gather. It's where the media groups are based. So do come along and explore it and see what's in there for you. The one thing that I really want to get over to you is what we're about. It is really important to us that all the students have a voice, that you are able to fulfill your potential and you get most out of your experience. And your sabbatical officers are there to help ensure that that happens. So our mission is very much to support you, to empower you, and to represent you. And we have the usual organisational set of values, but those values are really important to us, because what matters to us is the way we do things just as much as what we actually achieve from it. And so those values will underpin the way we do things. So they do matter to us. So very quickly, how can you engage with AUSA? There are lots of ways. So once you have seen our sabbatical team, that might enthuse you to eventually decide that that's one of the routes that you're going to take, and you're going to stand for election to one of those posts. Please do consider it. Talk to them about the experience. Well, maybe not Donna, because she's giving me a strange look, but certainly talk to them. That's one way of engaging with us. You can be part of the democratic process. There are committees available that you can be putting yourself forward for election to. And those committees are very important because they're the ones that move forward all the things that matter to the students. We have got general meetings and an AGM for those of you that, again, want to be involved in how things are moved forward, how policies driven by students influence the student life. And then there are things like being involved in campaigns. There are things that you care about, have a passion for. You might want to actually lead a campaign. You might want to get involved in campaigns. So check on the social media. You will see what the sabbatical officers are wanting to do. You'll see what the committees are wanting to promote, and get yourselves engaged in that. And then there's all of the other stuff which might be seen as much more fun stuff. So you can be involved in the student-led groups. That's our media groups, our radio, TV, newspaper. We've got a second-hand bookshop, bookends. We've got a small shop that has vegetarian products, all run by students. So lots of opportunity for those of you that are feeling more along the lines of enterprise and fancy being a budding entrepreneur, there are opportunities for you. You can join the clubs and societies. You've already, I hope, had information about those. There'll be a fair later this week where you'll be able to come along and see what's involved in them all and get involved and signed up. We do employ students occasionally, sadly not as often as we would like, but do be aware of and keep your eye open for any opportunities. And you can become an AUSA volunteer. We've got a couple of volunteers at the back just now who've been helping with this particular event. For Freshers Week, they're the students that are dressed with the green T-shirts, so do keep an eye open for them. However, I'm not going to go on about that. I want to go back to what I said right at the very beginning. AUSA is led by its elected sabbatical officers. They are the most important members of AUSA for you to engage with. And so what I want to do now is to invite Donna Connolly, who is your education officer, up onto the stage to speak to you.
Hi, welcome to Freshers. As Margaret's introduced me, I'm Donna and I'm your Education Officer for Aberdeen Students Association. My role involves sitting on about 20 to 30 university committees, and I also sit on Senate representing students with my Education Committee. I'm also responsible for the training and the support of the class reps, and I also work closely with Peter, and with that working relationship there were some big wins for the students last academic year. Thanks for not stealing my thunder here. Some of the wins were from extended library hours during the reset diet to being instrumental on getting compulsory lecture recording along with my Education Committee through Senate, making more study space for students available across the university, having a dedicated parent room in the Student Union building. We believe we're the only Student Union building in Scotland to have a dedicated parent room. And I also worked in improving safety across campus, especially during the exam diets. This would not have been possible if I'd not worked in partnership with the university. As a students' association, we are autonomous to the university. However, where we can, we work together to deliver for students. I would also like this opportunity to welcome our students from Doha and look forward to coming out to Qatar again in November. In the coming weeks, we have the class rep elections, and I would encourage you all to run for these positions. As class reps, you are highly valued both from the university perspective and also from AUSA. Lastly, I would encourage you to get involved with societies and clubs. There are 150 societies, 50 sports clubs, and university is not just about obtaining your degree. I'm now going to hand you over to Harry, who's our welfare officer.
Hello, everybody. What? First of all, whoever wrote this can't spell my name. Second of all, hi, I'm Harry. I'm the welfare officer here at the University of Aberdeen Student Association. That means that I'm primarily your voice when it comes to the student support services. So that means that if you require any additional resources from the university to make your time at here studying better, more enjoyable, more accessible, please get in contact with me if you don't think that they're doing the job that you deserve and need. It's for me to lobby them, to put pressure on them to make sure that your time here is much, much more accessible and more fun. There is a huge manifesto which I can take you through. I don't have time for that. Please go online, read it. I'm here to be your voice along with the other sabbatical officers to get the best thing, to get the best deal that we can for you. I have to be diplomatic. I have a tendency to not be diplomatic, which you will find out, and I'm sorry for that in advance. The student support services at the University of Aberdeen have been difficult to access in the past. We are working closely to making sure that they are much more open and easy to get hold of for you. That means that if you have dyslexia and need support for that, if you have an accident and you struggle writing, If you run out of money and you need to access the additional finance that they have in place for you, come talk to me. Come into the office, come sit down with me, drop me a message. I'll go upstairs with you and we can go and talk to them and get everything that you need in place. So the welfare officer position is a huge remit. Please go online, have a look at it, follow us on social media, go on the website, have a look at it, but please get in contact if you have any concerns. Anyway, I'm going to hand you over to Lena, who is our communities officer.
Hi everyone, I'm Lena, I'm your communities officer. I was involved in AUSA throughout my 4 years at university. I helped run societies, campaigns. It's where I met most of my friends. It's where I had the most fun. So I think top tip, get involved, join a sport club, join a society. It's lots of fun, it's easy. Now, as in my role as a sabbatical officer, I'm going to focus on housing problems. So if there's anything wrong with your flat in halls or with your private landlord, come to us, we can help you out. I'm also going to do a lot of work on student workers. So if you're going to have a part-time job and your boss is a bit, does things that you don't think are right, come to us. We're going to run sessions with trade unions to have you know what your rights are, and so on and so forth. Also, the Scottish Government has just introduced free period products for all universities, so you don't have to buy any more pads or tampons. You can just come to AUSA and you can get them for free. There's also free condoms, fun facts. So as you see, we do a lot of things. Please come to AUSA, have a look. And next up, we're going to have Neve, who's our sports officer.
Hello. As Lena said, I'm Neve. I'm your sports officer. So my role is basically to represent all things sport at the university. We have 56 competing sports teams at the university, from all things like rugby, football, right to badminton, squash, swimming, all of the above. So we meet all of your needs, whether you're wanting to play like a team sport, single sport, contact, non-contact. Come and speak to us and we'll accommodate as much as we can. All of our teams compete on a Wednesday at Bucks, which I think is probably the best day of the week. So we compete against other universities such as Strathclyde, Glasgow, St Andrews. So you're up and down the country, but they come to us as well. Please join a team. You get to kind of meet other people through like other universities. It's good networking and all that. We have some really good facilities here at Aberdeen University. We have ASV, which is just across the road. So if you don't have a chance, if you've not seen it yet, please go across and have a look at the amazing facilities we've got there. We've got great sports halls, hockey pitch, indoor football pitch, amazing swimming pools, diving pools, all of that. We also have King's pitches, which is where our rugby teams play, lacrosse, cricket, all of that here. We have Hillhead up at the halls, just across from where you guys are staying this year. We also have Balgownie, which is used for rugby and football and whatnot. Some of my other jobs are to organise events such as super teams, colours ceremonies, sports ball, Granite City Challenge against RGU. I also run campaigns with Harry, I don't know where he's gone, such as Healthy Body, Healthy Mind, Women in Sport Week, and Disability Sports Days as well. Just to kind of sum up, sport is, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to meet people and kind of get a community feel within the university. You meet other freshers, you meet older people in the university, like it's just a great kind of like family feel to it. Our sports fair is tomorrow from 10 till 3 p.m. in this marquee, so please come along, please speak to like all the teams, like they're so welcoming, they're so chatty, they'll tell you all about it. They'll also tell you about their Give It a Go sessions as well, so they're running all this week and I think next week as well. So go along, try the sport out. I think I tried about 20 different sports when I came, so just go to all of them, get yourself involved, and any questions, just follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even just come and speak to me. Like I'll be around here all week, so thanks a lot. And the next person up is Lawson, who's our student president.
Hi everyone, and good morning. My name is Lawson. I'm the student president of Aberdeen University Student Association. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 5th oldest university in the whole of UK and the 3rd oldest in the whole of Scotland as well. And a special welcome to our students in Qatar. We're looking forward to also seeing you. The Student Association is here to represent you, to represent your voice and to represent your interest. We are very much concerned. We want to make sure that everyone's view, everyone's interest is adequately represented in the Student Association. Sorry, my hand touched this slide. Yeah, so as I was saying, I hope we are all settled now in our accommodations. I understand that it's been a very hectic weekend, traveling from far and near. And if you have not settled properly, don't worry, you're going to be properly settled as well. And if you need any help in the whole process, do get in touch with us. We'll be very glad to help in the whole process. So as I was saying, the Student Association represents every single student of the university. We have over 15,000 students on campus. We are very keen to make sure that everyone's interest is catered for, no matter your creed, religion, ethnicity, the course you're studying, or even special peculiarities. We are very much concerned for everyone. And my role as a student president is primarily to make sure that the student voice, your voice, is heard, and that your views are adequately reflected and are taken care of in the whole process of decision-making in the university. And ultimately, to work with the fantastic 5 sabbatical officer team, to work with AUSA staff, to work with the university management, the wonderful and amazing volunteers, to make sure we deliver the best of student experience to you all on campus. And for example, this morning, I've attended a meeting where we are campaigning for the release of one of the graduates of Aberdeen University who was arrested in Turkey. We're demanding justice on his behalf. So if you're interested in any of these campaigns, please read up the process and then also sign up in the whole process as well. So my priority this year, amongst other priorities, number one is to make sure we have a befitting student union space. As you can see, a lot of work has been done during the summer. The cafe bar, the Union Brew, is up and kicking already, and there's still more work to be done. So I invite us all to come and have a look, grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, enjoy yourself, explore the social space, and let us know what you think about the space and what we can do to make it better. Secondly, I'm interested in making sure we raise awareness on good mental health on campus for every student. So we have a campaign that we'll be running with the welfare officer and also with the university. I'm also interested in establishing Aurora Summer School project. Details will be contained on the website. You can check that up. And again, like the education officer has mentioned already, we're interested in making sure we have better study space for students on campus to make sure you have the best academic experience. These are some of the things I will be working on this year. Please have a look at the website. If you're interested in any of these projects, if you're interested in getting involved, please, I encourage us to get involved. So get in touch with us via our email addresses or on the social media platform, or you can visit the website as well. And we'll be very glad to work with you. So once again, you're highly welcome to university. Enjoy your time, study hard, make loads of friends, and make sure that you have the best of time. Thank you so much. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium the Rector of the University, Maggie Chapman, to address you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for that, Lawson. You'll see on the screen that I'm here to give the closing address. Well, I'm not going to talk for very long. All I want to do is to add my voice to all of those who have welcomed you here this morning. Welcome to the university. For those of you here in front of me, welcome to Aberdeen, and welcome to the family of the university and of the Students' Association. It seems like quite a grey and damp start for your Freshers' Week, but rest assured, the weather in Aberdeen gets worse. But also, I don't know if you can cast your mind back a few minutes to the video of George Boyne, the principal. The sun was shining outside his window. So it does happen. Aberdeen is a great place to be. It's a great university to be part of. And I can only encourage you, as much as possible, to get involved in the Students' Association and in the other activities you will find in this great city. I just want to say a little bit about my role as rector. Rector is a position unique to 5 universities in Scotland. It's the 4 ancient universities, that's Glasgow, Edinburgh, St Andrews, Aberdeen, and then also Dundee. And it's a position elected by you, elected every 3 years, to make sure that your voice is adequately and appropriately heard at the University Court, which is the governing body of the institution. So as your rector, I chair the University Court, which means I have to work closely with university management and with the Students' Association, but I'm not part of either of those, so I am independent. And that means that I have the opportunity to take things up on your behalf, to be your voice in ways that maybe the Students' Association or the university management isn't quite managing. So please make me aware of how you're getting on. I want to be here and celebrate with you when things go well, but I'm also here to support you when things aren't going so well. I'm usually around the university every week, but my email address is rector@abdn.ac.uk, and I can be found online on social media as well. All I want to do now in closing, because I know you've got lunch coming up in a moment, is to thank you very much for being here this morning. Make sure you get as much information as you can today and the rest of this week, and really use this week as an opportunity to find your feet, to meet people, to get involved in as many, or find out about as many different things as possible that you can get involved in, whether that's to do with your degree, with your education, or in some ways, more importantly now, where you're living, who you are living with, how you can get involved in student societies and sports activities, because it's going to be those things that get you through your university degree. You are part of something much bigger. You are part of something quite incredible in this part of Scotland. Do get involved in the university, in the Students' Association, and in the city, and have a very, very good time whilst you are here. I look forward to seeing you about on campus over the coming months and years. And just in closing, I'll say, have fun. Thank you.
Everyone, I've just been asked to close things off. So I'm Danielle Grieve. I'm a member of staff at AUSA. So we've just got a few tips to help you make the most of your Freshers Week. First of all, you only get one, so make sure you do make the most of it. One way that you can do that is by downloading our app. So if you go onto any of your app provider, just type in AUSA events, you'll get the full schedule of absolutely everything that's going on. So from what we've organised to what the clubs and societies have organised, give it a go for sports, everything, it's all on there. So make sure you go on and click your schedule so that you don't miss a thing. But also remember to pace yourself, stay hydrated, and get some sleep. It's very important. You want to make sure you last the full week. Also look for us in the blue, red, and green. We've got volunteers at the back in green t-shirts. We're here to help you. So anything you need, if we don't know the answer, we'll find someone who does. We'll point you in the right direction, okay? That's what we're here for. Also, remember to check out our new bar and cafe, Union Brew, on the ground floor. We've redone it this summer. It's here for you. It's here for you to use. The Savs are telling me to remind you that it's very cheap in terms of drink and prices. So make sure that you come along and check that out. It is the cheapest place on campus. So make sure you drop by and see us there and take advantage of it. We've got loads of events happening there this week, including a jazz night, pub quiz tomorrow night, and I think we've got a live at Union Brew on Wednesday, which is going to have lots of live bands and comedies, definitely worth coming out for. And the last thing I have to say is just have fun. We've got the barbecue started. We'll have food probably in the next half an hour. If you've got a wristband, it's a free burger and drink for you. And if you don't, we'll be able to help you make arrangements, okay? So have fun, guys. Thanks so much for coming today, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, Gloria.